You are going to be in the deepest relationship ever. Wow, so this already feels very powerful, very emotional, and very significant. I feel like Spirit is wanting you to remember this moment because something is shifting in your love life that is much bigger than a passing crush, much bigger than a casual connection, much bigger than something surface level. This feels like a bond that is going to reach into the deepest parts of your heart and into the deepest parts of who you are. And I feel for many of you, this is going to be a relationship that changes your life from the inside out. So if you have been wondering whether real love is still possible for you, whether a relationship can come in that is emotionally fulfilling, spiritually aligned, deeply intimate, and truly lasting, I feel like the answer coming through here is yes. And not only yes, but in a much deeper way than you may have even imagined. So let us first take a look at what is the overall energy surrounding this relationship coming in for you right now. We have the Lovers coming through, and oh my gosh, you guys, this is beautiful because this is not just attraction. This is not just someone finding you interesting. This is soul level resonance. This is heart recognition. This is the kind of energy where two people look at each other and they both know that something real is happening. I feel like this relationship is going to be built on genuine emotional truth. And here is trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Yes, so some of you may not fully see this yet. Maybe your current reality does not seem to match the depth of what is trying to come in. Maybe some of you have been through disappointments, delays, heartbreak, or connections that seemed promising but did not fully unfold. But this card is saying you are not being asked to force anything. You are being asked to trust what is being prepared. Here is New Moon in Taurus. Prosperity lies ahead. So I feel like this relationship is not only going to be emotionally deep, it is also going to bring a sense of stability, peace, and groundedness into your life. This is not the kind of connection that keeps you confused all the time. This is not the kind of love that thrives on mixed signals. I feel like this is going to be something that has substance. And here is Loyal Heart. Wow, that card with the Lovers is so beautiful together. This feels like a relationship where there is devotion, sincerity, and a willingness to stay. I feel like one of the biggest things about this relationship is that it is going to feel safe to love deeply. And for some of you, that alone is going to feel almost unbelievable. Because maybe in the past love has felt uncertain, or love has felt like something you had to earn, or love has felt like something you had to hold together by yourself. But this energy feels different. Here is compassion and purity. Wow, there is something so pure about this coming in. I feel like this relationship is going to heal parts of you that have grown tired. It is going to soften parts of you that have had to become guarded. And I feel like it is not only because the other person is loving, but also because the bond itself is spiritually meaningful. For many of you, this is the kind of relationship that helps you understand why other things did not work out. Because this one is deeper, this one is more aligned, this one reaches farther into your heart. And I feel like Spirit is saying, mark this day, because from this point forward, something in you is beginning to open to the truth that this kind of love is real for you. I also feel like there is an energetic buildup here. For some of you, this could be someone who is already in your energy, or someone you have felt around you, or someone you have had signs about, dreams about, synchronicities around. And for others, this may still be just ahead, but it feels close enough that your soul is already starting to respond. There is a tenderness in this energy, but also strength. There is a softness, but also commitment. And I feel like Spirit really wants you to know that this relationship is not going to be shallow. It is going to ask for vulnerability, yes, but it is also going to offer real closeness in return. I feel like the two of you are going to see each other in a way that feels very rare, and that is why this message feels so big. Mark this day because you are not stepping into just any love story. You are stepping toward the deepest relationship ever, the kind of connection that can become a turning point in your whole emotional life. So let us keep going, because already the energy here feels undeniable. And when it finally opens in front of you, you will see your heart was sensing this long before your mind ever did. Okay, so let us take a look at where you are at in this energy right now, because I feel like your heart has already been carrying something important. We have the High Priestess and the Page of Cups. Wow, maybe you have felt it quietly. Maybe you have tried to brush it off. Maybe you have had those moments where you suddenly feel emotional for no obvious reason, or you feel like your heart is preparing for someone it has not fully met yet or fully understood yet. And with the Page of Cups, I feel like there is a sweetness in your energy. There is openness in you, even if life has made you more cautious. There is still that part of your heart that wants to believe in something beautiful, something pure, something real. Here is new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Yes. So for many of you, this is absolutely about a new chapter in love. Even if there is someone already around you, I feel like the relationship itself is going to enter a completely new emotional level. And for others, this is very clearly a new person or a new beginning with love, where you realize you have not actually experienced the depth you were always meant for until now. Here is mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, and introspection. So I feel like this connection is going to show you a lot about yourself, but in a very meaningful way. Not to hurt you, but to help you understand yourself more deeply. This is the kind of relationship that makes you aware of your heart in a new way. It makes you notice what you truly value, what you truly need, and what kind of closeness you are really capable of. Here is understanding and warmth. I miss you and your warmth. So I feel like what you are craving most deeply is not just attention. It is warmth. It is emotional presence. It is someone who feels safe to be near, someone whose love does not leave you guessing all the time. And I feel like this is important because your soul is not asking for something shallow. Your soul is asking for genuine emotional intimacy. And many of you have been very patient in your love life, maybe more patient than people realize. And Spirit is acknowledging that. I feel like your heart has done a lot of work to stay soft. Here are the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. So yes, there has been some uncertainty here. I feel like some of you are in that space where you know something deep is coming, but you do not yet know exactly how it is all going to unfold. Maybe you feel pulled between hope and hesitation, between wanting to stay open and wanting to protect yourself, between trusting what you feel and wondering whether you are just imagining too much. But I do not feel you are imagining this. I feel like your heart is picking up on something very real. Here is the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. And I love this for you because it shows that you have so much to offer in love. You are not empty-handed here. You are not lacking value. You are not someone who has to beg for real devotion. You have warmth, you have heart, you have magnetism, you have depth. And I feel like Spirit is saying all the love you have invested in yourself, all the healing you have done, all the lessons you have lived through are preparing you for a relationship that can actually meet you. Here is the Nine of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So this relationship feels like wish fulfillment, but also reciprocity. And that is such a beautiful combination because yes, I feel like it is going to feel dreamy, emotional, and deeply satisfying, but it is also going to feel mutual. You are not going to be the only one carrying it. You are not going to be the only one caring. This is going to be a relationship where giving and receiving can actually balance out. And I feel like that is part of what will make it feel so deep. Not only the chemistry, not only the attraction, not only the spiritual bond, but the fact that it can actually live in the real world and be nurturing there too. Here is the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. So your advice within your own energy right now is to stay clear-minded. Trust what you are feeling, but do not rush yourself. You do not have to force the timing. You do not have to panic if you cannot see every step yet. Because I feel like this relationship is coming in with stability as well as depth, and that means it is okay for things to unfold naturally. The important thing is that your heart is already being prepared. Something deep is moving toward you, and your soul knows it. Your spirit knows it. And I feel like very soon your outer reality is going to start catching up with what your inner world has already begun to sense so strongly. I also feel that as this gets closer, you may notice more signs, more emotional nudges, more moments where your heart gets still, because it recognizes that something real is nearing you. Okay, so let us take a look at this person, because I feel strongly that for many of you, this relationship energy is not just abstract. It feels like there is someone whose soul is already circling yours, or someone whose feelings for you are becoming much deeper than they expected. We have the King of Cups coming through, and wow, this is beautiful. because this tells me this person has deep emotional capacity, even if they do not always show it all at once. This is someone who feels more than they say, someone who can carry a lot in the heart, somebody whose love runs deep when they are truly touched. And I feel like with you, they are going to feel touched in a way that changes them. Here is go slow. Take time to get to know each other. Yes. So this person may not rush into emotional exposure right away. They may be careful at first. They may want to take their time. But I do not feel that slowness comes from disinterest. I feel it comes from wanting something real. Here is release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So for many of you, this person has been learning how to let go of old pain, old stories, old attachments, old disappointments. And I feel like that matters so much because the reason this relationship can become the deepest one ever is that it is coming in after a lot of growth, after a lot of lessons, after a lot of things that had to be released first. Here is self-indulgence, focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So yes, this person has been doing inner work too, maybe quietly, maybe not in a way that everyone can see, but I do not feel this is someone who is meant to stay shallow with you. I feel like they are being prepared for depth just as you are. Here is intuitive trust, your inner knowing. So I feel like this person is going to know quickly that there is something different about you. They may not be able to explain it logically at first, but I feel like their heart is going to recognize your energy, and that can be a little overwhelming, especially if they are used to keeping a lot under control. But I do feel this person is going to feel drawn to you in a very sincere way. Here is loyal heart again, which is so interesting. Because it feels like loyalty is one of the pillars of this relationship. It is not just about passion. It is not just about chemistry. It is not just about fascination. It is also about choosing each other, staying present, wanting to protect the bond, wanting to build something that lasts. Now let us get a little more detail with the tarot. Here's the Two of Cups. Yes, this person is going to feel genuine emotional reciprocity with you. This is not one-sided energy. This is not someone who feels almost nothing while you carry everything. This is a mutual bond. And here is the Page of Cups. So I feel like there is going to be sweetness here too. Tenderness, innocence, that feeling of opening up emotionally in a way that feels natural. I also feel like this person may become shy around the depth of what they feel because it is one thing to want love. But it is another thing to meet someone who actually reaches you in the places you thought no one could. Here is the World. So this person may have a lot going on in their life. They may be responsible, they may be ambitious, they may be someone who has had to keep moving, keep growing, keep managing a lot. But I feel like this relationship is going to become one of the most meaningful parts of their world. Here is the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. So I feel this person has learned independence. They know how to be on their own. They know how to take care of themselves. They are not coming in from chaos. And that is good because it means this relationship can have stability. Here is the Six of Swords. So I feel like they have been moving toward peace in their own life and toward emotional maturity. And because of that, when they connect with you, they are going to be able to appreciate the depth instead of only being overwhelmed by it. Here is the Queen of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. So yes, there may be timing issues at first. There may be practical things to navigate. There may be moments where you both have to be patient with how the relationship develops, but I do feel they are going to see a future here. They are going to think ahead with you. And that matters because this is not giving short-term energy. This is giving meaningful, maturing, life-changing love. And I feel like the deeper you go into this connection, the more you will both realize that something truly rare is taking root here between you. I also feel like this person is going to admire your heart very deeply because you are going to bring out a softness in them that they do not share with just anyone. And I feel like this bond is going to deepen in a way that feels steady, sincere, and so safe for you. Okay, so let us take a look now at what their intentions are towards you and what this relationship is actually trying to become, because I feel like this is where the message gets even bigger. We have the Ten of Cups coming through. Wow, you guys, this is beautiful because this is not just a brief emotional high. This is not just a passing season of romance. This is the energy of emotional fulfillment, long-term happiness, shared life, and real heart-level contentment. I feel like this person is going to want emotional closeness with you in a genuine way. They are not going to want to keep you at a distance forever. They are not going to want something that stays vague forever. I feel like as the relationship develops, they are going to realize that you are someone they can actually build with, someone they can laugh with, feel safe with, dream with, and be deeply vulnerable with. Here is love. Two of Cups again. Yes. So this is confirming the mutuality here. And I feel like one of the reasons Spirit is stressing this so much is because some of you may still have doubts from the past. Maybe you are used to being the one who feels more. Maybe you are used to seeing potential in someone that they never fully lived up to. Maybe you are used to carrying hope on your own. But this relationship does not feel like that. This feels like the other person is going to feel it too. And not only feel it, but want to participate in it. Want to protect it, want to make room for it in their life. And I feel like that is what will make this relationship so deep. It is not depth only in fantasy. It is depth in mutual emotional presence. Now let us look at what has been blocking this depth from arriving sooner, or what kinds of blocks may still need to be worked through as this relationship unfolds. We have the Fool. So yes, there is still an element of stepping into the unknown here. And I feel like that is true for both of you because deep love always asks for courage. It asks for trust. It asks for letting go of the versions of yourself that only knew how to survive and stepping into a version of yourself that is willing to actually receive and that can feel vulnerable, that can feel risky, especially if you have been disappointed before. Let us clarify the Fool. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Yes, so what I get from this is that the fear is not really about lack of feeling. The fear is about how real this could become, because once something carries the potential to become stable, lasting, and life-changing, it can feel bigger than romantic spark. It starts to matter. I also feel like for some of you, practical matters may have slowed things down at first. Work timing. Distance responsibilities. Needing to heal old wounds, needing to create more stability individually. But I do not feel those things are here to stop the relationship. I feel they are here to mature it because this energy is not flimsy. It is not rushed. It is not careless. It wants to come in a way that can actually hold the depth it promises. And that is why this reading keeps feeling so strong, so meaningful, and so grounded all at once. There is passion here. Yes, there is chemistry here. Yes, but there is also substance. I am also getting strongly that this person is going to see you as someone who opens their heart, but also calms their nervous system. And that is a very big deal because deep relationships are not only made of intensity, they're also made of safety. And I feel like the two of you are going to have both. There is something about the emotional environment between you that feels healing. Like you are going to be able to speak honestly. Like you are going to be able to be yourselves. Like you are not always going to have to brace for loss or confusion. And for many of you, that alone is going to feel life-changing. So what this relationship is trying to become feels clear. It is trying to become something heartfelt, devoted, nourishing, and enduring. And yes, I do feel it may begin gently. It may unfold in layers. It may deepen step by step, but that does not make it less profound. If anything, that is part of what will make it so strong. It is being built with care. It is being built with emotional truth. It is being built with intention. And I feel like Spirit really wants you to understand that the depth here is not an exaggeration. It is exactly what is coming. This is the kind of relationship that can become one of the great emotional landmarks of your life, the kind you look back on and say, that changed me, that opened me, that showed me what love was really supposed to feel like. And I feel like one of the most beautiful things about it is that you are not going to have to keep shrinking your heart to make the connection work. You are going to be able to love fully and still feel held, respected, and met there, which is something your soul has wanted for a very long time. Wow. Okay, so let us take a look at the near future of this relationship because I feel like this is where the energy starts becoming alive. We have trust coming through again. Wow. So Spirit is repeating this message strongly. Trust. Trust what is being prepared. Trust what is unfolding. Trust what your heart has been sensing. Because the repetition of this card tells me that even if there have been pauses, even if there have been moments where you doubted what was possible, the deeper movement has not stopped. In fact, I feel like it has been building. And now we have the Knight of Cups. Yes, This is such beautiful energy for the near future because it says emotional movement, it says romantic expression. It says someone coming forward with genuine feeling. And for many of you, I feel like this is a relationship that is going to start showing itself more openly soon. Here's the Ace of Wands and Judgment Resurrection. Wow, you guys, these are strong cards. Because this tells me there is going to be a spark, a wake-up call, a fresh opening, and a sense of emotional life returning in a powerful way. If your love life has felt quiet, this wakes it up. If your heart has felt tired, this wakes it up. If there has been someone already around you, but things have been slow, this energy says something is ready to move into a more alive state. Judgment especially feels like a major turning point, like the heart answering a call, like truth rising to the surface, like something that could not stay buried anymore. And with the Ace of Wands, there is passion, desire, freshness, and a real urge to begin. For some of you, this near future may bring a conversation that changes everything. For others, it may bring a meeting or a confession or simply the sudden realization that the connection is deepening much faster than expected. And for others, this could be the moment when the right person enters in a clear way, and you immediately understand that this is different from what you have known before. But what I really want to say is that the future here does not feel flat. It does not feel stagnant. It feels emotionally charged. It feels like your heart is about to have something real to respond to. I am also getting that for many of you, this relationship is going to help restore your faith and love. And that matters because sometimes the deepest relationship is not just the one that brings romance. It is the one that restores trust in your own ability to love and be loved well. And I feel like that is part of the healing in this connection. You are going to feel chosen in a different way, heard in a different way, valued in a different way. Not because everything becomes perfect overnight, but because the emotional foundation is so much healthier than what you may have known in the past. Here is the sun coming through and the Six of Pentacles. Wow, so the near future feels warm, visible, open, and mutual. I really love this combination. Because the sun says joy, clarity, vitality, and life force, and the Six of Pentacles says reciprocity. So again, Spirit is really underlining that this is not meant to be one-sided love. It is meant to be shared. And I feel like that mutual giving and receiving is going to be one of the main reasons the relationship feels so deep. Because when love is safe enough to flow both ways, it reaches further into the heart. It becomes more intimate. It becomes more transformative. I also feel like some of you are going to be surprised by how naturally this relationship grows once it is truly in motion. Maybe you have been used to overthinking love. Maybe you have been used to guessing, waiting, trying to decode. But this does not feel like it wants to stay confusing. It feels like it wants to become real. And yes, there may still be moments where patience is needed because deep things often unfold in layers. But the overall energy here is unmistakably positive. It is love becoming visible. It is emotion becoming tangible. It is desire becoming action. And I feel like when this starts unfolding in the physical, you are going to understand why Spirit gave you such a strong message at the beginning. Mark this day because you are going to be in the deepest relationship ever. And the near future here looks like the beginning of that truth becoming impossible to ignore. I also keep getting that once this relationship begins to open, your energy is going to change very quickly. You are going to feel lighter, more hopeful, more inspired, more connected to yourself again. And that shift in you is going to make the whole bond even stronger because deep relationships thrive when both people feel alive inside themselves. And for many of you, there is something here that will feel both deeply familiar and beautifully new because your soul will recognize it even if your mind is still trying to catch up with how much love is finally arriving for you. So let us get you some advice now because I feel like as this relationship begins to unfold, Spirit wants you to stay deeply connected to your own heart, your own truth, and your own peace. We have the Page of Swords with conflict coming through. And to me, this says, stay observant, stay clear, and do not let fear write the story before love has had a chance to actually speak for itself. Because when something this deep starts arriving, it can stir up old doubts. It can stir up old defenses. It can stir up the urge to overthink, to brace yourself, to search for signs that something will go wrong. But Spirit is saying, do not sabotage what is beautiful by assuming it has to follow the same painful script as the past. Yes, stay wise. Yes, move with discernment, but also let yourself receive what is real. Here is my life as an experiment. I embrace the exploration. I love this for you because this says part of your advice is to stay open, stay curious. Let love show you something new. Let this relationship teach you that depth can be beautiful, not only overwhelming. Let yourself explore what it feels like to be deeply seen, deeply cared for, and deeply met. Because for many of you, that is going to be one of the most healing parts of this whole experience. It is not only that someone comes in, it is that the quality of love is different. And I feel like Spirit wants you to participate in that by remaining open to wonder, open to softness, and open to the possibility that life can still surprise you in the most beautiful ways. Now let us get a shadow message from this person or from the person moving into your energy. Because I feel like there is something important here. We have, I feel like I failed. So this is interesting because for some of you, this could absolutely be someone already around you who feels they have not yet expressed themselves well enough or has not yet shown the full depth of what they feel. But even more generally, I feel like this energy speaks to someone who has known pain before, someone who is worried about getting love wrong before, someone who has feared hurting or being hurt. And I feel like with you, they are going to want to do better. They are going to want to show up more honestly. They are going to want to create something healthier than what they have known before. Now, let us get some light messages because I feel like this relationship carries so much tenderness. I love being in your company and I cannot wait to see you again. Wow. That is beautiful because it feels like being around you is going to feel like relief to them, like joy, like home in some way. I love that you are a free spirit and social butterfly. There's warmth in my heart for you. I want to reach out to you and talk. I have gained wisdom from my mistakes. I am breaking free from negative attachments. Wow, so this person is not coming in unchanged. They are coming in having learned things, having grown, having shed what no longer fits. And I feel like that is part of why this relationship can go so deep. Let us get a few more messages. I do not want this to be over with us. I know I hurt you. I never intended to. I am so tired of sabotaging this connection. I have never cared so deeply for someone before. I always hope to have you in my life. There is a strange and deep connection between us, and you are always so sweet. Wow. So even through all of these messages, the same theme keeps coming through: depth, sincerity, emotional recognition. This person is going to know that what they feel with you is rare, and I feel like you are going to know it too. So that is what I have for you. I really hope this gave you some clarity, reassurance, and encouragement about what is coming in for your love life. And if this did not fully resonate, of course, take what resonates and leave the rest, because this is a collective reading, and the timing may be a little different for everyone. But I do feel this message is important. Mark this day because you are going to be in the deepest relationship ever. And I feel like the whole point of this reading is to remind you that your heart has not been waiting in vain. Real depth is possible for you. Mutual love is possible for you. Emotional safety is possible for you. Devotion is possible for you. And soon I feel like you are going to start seeing exactly why Spirit wanted you to hear that today. Take care. I also feel strongly that one of your biggest lessons here is not to downplay what your soul is asking for. If you want depth, it is because depth is meant for you. If you want consistency, it is because consistency is meant for you. If you want emotional honesty, tenderness, loyalty, and real partnership, it is because your heart is aligned with something that truly exists. And I feel like the right person is not going to be scared by your depth. They are going to meet it, honor it, and build something beautiful with it, gently too. We have the Page of Swords with conflict coming through. And to me, this says, stay observant, stay clear, and do not let fear write the story before love has had a chance to actually speak for itself. Because when something this deep starts arriving, it can stir up old doubts. It can stir up old defenses. It can stir up the urge to overthink, to brace yourself, to search for signs that something will go wrong. But Spirit is saying, do not sabotage what is beautiful by assuming it has to follow the same painful script as the past. Yes, stay wise. Yes, move with discernment, but also let yourself receive what is real. Here is my life as an experiment. I embrace the exploration. I love this for you because this says part of your advice is to stay open, stay curious. Let love show you something new. Let this relationship teach you that depth can be beautiful, not only overwhelming. Let yourself explore what it feels like to be deeply seen, deeply cared for, and deeply met. Because for many of you, that is going to be one of the most healing parts of this whole experience. It is not only that someone comes in, it is that the quality of love is different. And I feel like Spirit wants you to participate in that by remaining open to wonder, open to softness, and open to the possibility that life can still surprise you in the most beautiful ways. Now let us get a shadow message from this person or from the person moving into your energy. Because I feel like there is something important here. We have, I feel like I failed. So this is interesting because for some of you, this could absolutely be someone already around you who feels they have not yet expressed themselves well enough or has not yet shown the full depth of what they feel. But even more generally, I feel like this energy speaks to someone who has known pain before, someone who is worried about getting love wrong before, someone who has feared hurting or being hurt. And I feel like with you, they are going to want to do better. They are going to want to show up more honestly. They are going to want to create something healthier than what they have known before. Now, let us get some light messages because I feel like this relationship carries so much tenderness. I love being in your company and I cannot wait to see you again. Wow. That is beautiful because it feels like being around you is going to feel like relief to them, like joy, like home in some way. I love that you are a free spirit and social butterfly. There's warmth in my heart for you. I want to reach out to you and talk. I have gained wisdom from my mistakes. I am breaking free from negative attachments. Wow, so this person is not coming in unchanged. They are coming in having learned things, having grown, having shed what no longer fits. And I feel like that is part of why this relationship can go so deep. Let us get a few more messages. I do not want this to be over with us. I know I hurt you. I never intended to. I am so tired of sabotaging this connection. I have never cared so deeply for someone before. I always hope to have you in my life. There is a strange and deep connection between us, and you are always so sweet. Wow. So even through all of these messages, the same theme keeps coming through: depth, sincerity, emotional recognition. This person is going to know that what they feel with you is rare, and I feel like you are going to know it too. So that is what I have for you. I really hope this gave you some clarity, reassurance, and encouragement about what is coming in for your love life. And if this did not fully resonate, of course, take what resonates and leave the rest, because this is a collective reading, and the timing may be a little different for everyone. But I do feel this message is important. Mark this day because you are going to be in the deepest relationship ever. And I feel like the whole point of this reading is to remind you